We begin this afternoon with a shocking development in the Harvey Weinstein case. The New York Court of Appeals overturning his sex crimes conviction on the basis he was not given a fair trial. Reaction now pouring in on a case that helped launch the Me Too movement. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
I'm Sandra Bookman in today for Liz. The court voted 4-3, ruling Weinstein did not receive a fair trial. The 72-year-old was convicted back in 2020 and sentenced to 23 years in prison. But today's decision does not mean he will walk out a free man.
Eyewitness News reporter Pedro Rivera has more. Pedro.
David, Sandra, you're right. He will not be released today, but his attorney says he'll likely be transported from prison in upstate New York to downstate New York, as this trial will likely start from scratch. Those victims reliving that trauma on the stand again. Me Too activists say this is a letdown and a step back from accountability.
This today is an act of institutional betrayal.
Actress and activist Ashley Judd is calling for institutional courage after the New York Court of Appeals overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction on Thursday.
I stand shoulder to shoulder with women who have bloody knees, because male sexual violence may knock us down, but we get right back up.
In a 4-3 decision, the court ruled Weinstein did not receive a fair trial in 2020 after the judge, James Burke, allowed women who claim Weinstein sexually assaulted them to testify, although their claims weren't part of the case.
It's the fact that the prosecutor brought on others, people to testify against Mr. Weinstein to show his bad behavior, a pattern, and they were not charged in that.
It's a great day for the citizens of this city, the citizens of this state.
Weinstein's attorneys say the 71-year-old is grateful for the decision as the case is back to square one.
It's a constitutional right to tell your side of the story without having so much baggage from your whole life being put on display to a jury.
Weinstein was once a Hollywood powerhouse who can make or break careers. The movie mogul turned convicted rapist after he was sentenced to 23 years in prison, found guilty of rape and sexual assault of a production assistant and an aspiring actress. The decision kicking off the Me Too movement. Gloria Allred, who represented one of Weinstein's victims in New York, said her client would consider testifying again. Her statement reads in part, quote, "Although victims have lost this battle, they have not lost the war. We will continue to fight for justice for victims in both criminal and civil cases until there is a fair trial, not just for the accused, but also for those who allege that they are victims of sexual predators." As Weinstein remains in prison, his attorney said they are currently appealing his 2022 rape conviction in Los Angeles, where he was sentenced to 16 years in prison. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office told us this afternoon they will do everything in their power to retry this case.